And even you have a chance to go and see it on YouTube. Okay, very good. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this Mindful Mondays for February 22nd. This is the last Monday of February already. The last Monday of February 2021. Boy, that goes fast, eh? We're almost 2 months done in 2021. Okay, we have a good group. Fatima says, hello, everybody. Sandra says, gorgeous photos. Thanks for sharing. Is that your lovely dog? Yeah. Do you want to see my dog? Here's my dog. Okay, let me show you my dog. Yeah, her name is Katya. That's by the way, those are pictures from Georgian Bay. Let's look at a few of them. That's from a week ago, and the ice was starting to form on the water, and it was that day was very peaceful and quiet. And look at this, the incredible structures of ice on the water. That's looking at Christian Island. Look at that ice. That's a good thing to be mindful of, eh? When you see something like that in nature, you can stop and be totally with it in the present, in the moment. Okay, let's let's come back here. Yeah, the dog's coloring is awesome. Yeah, I like my dog. Leticia says, a beautiful dog. What kind? By the way, it's a mix of uh, Shetland sheepdog and border collie. Okay, enough about my dog now. I want to hear about you, and I want us to be together in this mindfulness uh, program today. So, by the way, do you have your tea ready with you, your tea or coffee or whatever drink or water? And I encourage you have some paper, have some paper and pen ready. If you want to do that right now, take a minute to grab a pen and paper. I want to do a little exercise, a little special exercise this morning. And I'll just give you an overview of today's session. We'll have our little starting exercise with pen and paper. Then we'll have our activation like usual. And we want to do a 1 minute of silence and just having us be mindful in that minute. Then we'll review what we've seen until now about life scripts, and we'll go more into life script. And then we have only one more session next week to finish about this whole series about life scripts, and we'll talk. I want to talk mostly about the goal in becoming aware of our life script. The goal is to become autonomous, to have a re-decision, to decide what we want to do with our lives. That can be very powerful. Okay, so and we'll finish with another mindfulness exercise. So welcome everybody again. Let's start with our first exercise. I want you to write on your paper here. We'll take 2 minutes, 2 minutes of simply writing whatever comes through our mind, whatever inner thought that pops up in our mind, any intrusive thought or any any other inner thought. It could be a thought that, oh, I'm so tired this morning, or oh, I'm curious, well, what is it going to be about? Or it may be a thought of what you have to do later on today. It may be a thought of something that happened in the weekend, and it's something upsetting to you. Whatever comes up to your mind, just write whatever comes up on this piece of paper, and that'll be yours to just rip off or destroy after that. It's very personal. I don't want to know what your inner thoughts are. We'll just do another a little exercise after you wrote your thoughts. Okay, so we're starting 2 minutes right now while I play some let me just put the slideshow. So go ahead, just write whatever thoughts that come to your mind. This is very personal, very intimate. It may be even thoughts that you don't want anybody to know about, but these are your thoughts. Okay, about 30 seconds left. Okay, very good. Very good. So time out now. I want you to look at your list and write beside each thought, write either a P for past. So is it a thought about something past, like something that happened yesterday or before the session, or something you feel bad about, or something you feel happy about something that's in the past? Or N for now, like is it something about the present moment, like how you feel right now, or any thoughts about what's happening right now? Or is it F for future? So a worry about the future, or being tense about having to be ready and plan for something in the future. So take a minute to do that. For each of your thought, right beside it, P for past, N for now, F for future. Okay, okay. Now, I'd like you to write, if you want to, in the chat box, um, write how many of each. Like for me, I had 3N for now and 3F for future. Um, so whatever you have, just for fun, people can you can share like where it goes for each of you. Uh, Josie says, "What if it fits all? Do I write P and F?" Yeah, you have to try to see which time does it fit better. Is it past, present, like now, or future? Try to find which one is best. And also, Nancy was asking, are we able to access previous sessions on YouTube? Yes, there's some on YouTube. There are just a couple, I think, in English. So if you go on YouTube, on the Shigamic YouTube page, you'll see whatever sessions are available. Okay, so what I see is Joanne says 5 now, 1 future. Renate 4 now, 3 future. Tracy 1 now, 2 future. And Mary 5 nows. Wow, I think that's the record for now. From Donna 1 now, 1 past, 2 future. Claudette 4 now, 3 future. So Edith, 1 now, 2 future. Leanne, 10 now, 2 future. Wow, Leanne wrote a lot. Nancy, 3 now, 2 future. Letitia, 2 now, 1 future. Josie, 4 now, 2 future. Julianne, 5 future. 8 now, 6 past. Wow, okay, exciting. Bernie, 6 now, 1 now in future. Health, and 1 future. Christine, past, now, and future. I guess all of them. There's some from all of them. Okay, so what I gather, I think it's good that the more we have from now thoughts, the more we're present, the more we're mindful of what's happening right now, here and now, instead. And I see very few of the future, of the past, and some future. So that's great. That's what we want to develop, more now sensations and thoughts. Excellent, excellent. You did great. Okay, let's go now to activation. Let's do some stretching exercise. So you can just be sitting or standing at first. So we'll just do some stretches. So with your arms forwards, with hands interlocked, and then hands behind the head, and then just twisting to one side. Be careful not to hurt yourself. Be aware of your spine, your back, your neck, shoulders. Feel where the stretch is. Where is that the stretch? Is it in the shoulder, in your upper back, neck? And breathe with that. Okay, I want to do another one if you want to stand up for a minute. So that will be more like that will look like yoga, or even a little bit of Tai Chi. So have your feet about 45 degrees separated, and then with your left foot, as you bend your knees, you move your left foot forward, and then you're going in that direction with your hips lined up in that direction, and then you raise your arms and hands up, looking up and breathing with that. Feel the stretch in your hips, in your lower back, and always be careful. Don't overdo it. Be aware of your limitations. Feel the muscle in your left leg, your left thigh, that's working and burning. And then move your hands, your arms horizontally as you breathe. In yoga, that's called the warrior two position. In Tai Chi, you have something that looks like that. In Tai Chi, it's more like this. Okay, very good. Now we'll do the other side, with feet about 45 degrees apart, with your right foot as you bend your knees, right foot forward and you lift, and then bend your right knee a little bit. Be careful not to overdo it. Breathe. Breathing is important. Feel the stretch in your thigh, in your hip, in your lower back, and then you extend your arms and you breathe. Okay, very good. Now shake it off. Shake it off. Excellent. Did that warm you up a little bit? Okay. Okay. Now I want to do the 1 minute of silence, and I will use my mind bell. Here it is, my mind bell. Have I showed you that? I think I showed you that before, right? So we'll have 1 minute of complete silence with eyes closed or open, but you just listen to your body for that minute. Try to take a break from your thoughts. You're not thinking, you're not processing anything. You're giving yourself a break and just listening to your body. So, are you ready? So, there'll be a countdown, then a first bell, and after 1 minute, the bell will ring again. Okay, very good. How did that feel? Were you able to listen to your body? What did you sense in your body? Did you sense that activation after the activation part? Did you feel there was, as you were warmed up, that there were some good sensations, that your heart was beating a little faster, there was good circulation? So that's the goal, to listen to your sensations in your body. Okay, let's go for a review right now of where we were in our Lifescript series. So I'll share my screen again with you. Okay, let's share that. Okay, so that's our quote for today. Let's start with that. As you move outside of your comfort zone, what was once the unknown and frightening becomes your new normal. So there's like, it takes courage to move out of our comfort zone. And even in being mindful of our body sensations, there's something a little scary. Maybe something you don't like in in your body sensations. Maybe some pain or discomfort or body image. There's something that you don't like about your body, and that's moving out of our comfort zone. Becoming aware of that, but then it can become your new normal, and you can grow from that point on. Now, let's review a little bit the concepts we saw about the life script. Let's do a quick review. First of all, it's a life script is a survival decision, a program on the way we should live. We learn to live in such a way, and it involves our need for strokes. We need warm fuzzies, and if we don't have warm fuzzies, we sometimes we sick. We look for cold pricklies. We need some stimulus in our lives, and the best stimulus are warm fuzzies. Of course, that's people who show us like affection, some marks of affection, of love. That's what that's what it is, a warm fuzzy. Okay, next one. We did look at our life positions. Can we say I'm okay, you're okay? Or do we always think I'm not okay or other people are not okay? Third one, we looked at ego states. We can either function in our parent mode, being critical or nurturing of other people, or in adult mode, which is more like the rational part of ourself who is thinking, or our C for child mode, which can be either adapted rebellious child on one hand, or it can be our natural child, the child in us who wants to create, who wants to live and have fun, express itself freely. So becoming aware of how we function helps us determine what type of life script do we have. And finally, we looked at rackets and games. Now, I'd like to ask, I can't remember, did I speak about drivers and injunctions? And I can't remember if I did that last time. And especially, let's come back here. Especially, did we look at the image of swimming? Do you remember? Did we look at the swimming illustration and how our injunctions and drivers can be explained with the swimming illustration? Bernie said yes, we did look. Yes, and Josie said it was very powerful. And just a reminder, a quick reminder. Um, our life is guided by our, like it's as if we're swimming, but we are held down by weights, the weights of the injunctions that we receive from our parents, which can be don't be, don't feel, don't be you, don't be close, don't belong. We have those nonverbal messages, and that brings us down, and we're like sinking. But we try to survive by drivers, which are like balloon to try to help us. What are the five drivers? There's be strong, be perfect. Are you a be strong or be perfect person? Or a hurry up, try hard, or please others? And if you notice, when you notice which one of you drives your life, which one of those drivers drives your life and your life script, then you can see, well, those come because of the weights of those injunctions. And the goal is to cut those weight. I don't have to follow my parents' words of don't be, don't exist, don't be you. I can decide I can be you, I can be, I can feel, I can be close, I can belong, I can grow up, I can do all that, and then I'm not. I don't need all those drivers, and then I can swim freely. Okay, that's a little quick review of those drivers, injunctions, and drivers. Fatima says, "Hurry up is mine." Oh yeah, you're a hurry up person. Um, Personally, I'm more of a be perfect person. Some people are be strong and then they repress their feeling, and it plays tricks on us. There's this good thing about hurrying up. There's good things about being perfect, being strong, but there's drawbacks to all of these, which and we need that the balance. Oh, Joanne says, I just read a book called Try Softer by on the Colbert, which fits in perfectly with this. Oh, okay, I don't know that book. I read that. Try Softer by on the Colbert. Okay. And Fatima says, it is tiring me. Yeah, the hurry up is tiring us. And when we become aware of that, we can say, okay, I can take a break from my drivers. I can stop my drivers and just be in the moment. Um, Letitia says, I think I was absent. Mine is be strong, be strong, be strong. That's one of the drivers. Yeah. Okay, now back to our little slides here. Okay, so our life scripts are supported by our rackets and games. You remember the rackets and games? The racket feelings is sometimes we want to come to a familiar feeling, and some of those feelings are mad, sad, or scared. Mad, sad, or scared. Like sometimes we interact with someone else, and it's as if we want to come to a point like, I got you, like you SOB, you son of a bitch. Like we want to come to a point where we feel mad, we feel like we're right, and there's something good about that. We're proving that we're right, but it's a game. It's not just living freely with affection and good exchange, or sometimes we want to come with in the end of an interaction with I'm scared. Like we want to prove again our worldview is that the world is scary, other people are scary, people are bad. Or sometimes we want to come to a point where we're sad, that familiar feeling that we're sad. um, and we're proving again that life is hard and it's a familiar sensation. Or we want to come to confused. So mad, sad, scared, and confused. Those four emotions are sometimes familiar. We want to always come back to that, prove that that's how life is, because sometimes that's our life script. But the good news is we can rewrite our life script. Let me bring this slide. Don't like your life story? Change it. You can rewrite your life script. And instead of being mad, sad, scared, or confused, we can just be happy and have a good interaction with warm fuzzies with other people. Okay, another couple of some examples of life scripts. The Lifescript. Oh, I read a good article. Uh, Here's a description of Lifescript. A Lifescript is another way of describing the meaning we attribute to the events that happen to us. Like we find a meaning to what's happening to us. Sometimes we want to prove that, yeah, I know that life is hard and unfair, and people cannot be trusted. And it's as if we want to look at life with that as a mission. We want to prove that life is unfair, and we try to seek for that. It's as if we filter what's happening to us, and we want to prove that that's what life is all about. It's about patterns in our lives, particularly if you suspect that there are destructive themes in your script. And here are some of the themes of Lifescript, and maybe you'll recognize some of the script in your lives. People always leave me. Is that the situation in your life? And it's as if you want to prove that, yeah, that's always the case. And if if you feel that people always leave me, could this be you? You wait for invitations rather than invite people to events as proof of your. You want to prove that you're popular, that you're loved, but you expect that people will always leave me. Maybe you get jealous very easily and invent reasons for arguments to test people's love. That's if people always leave me last group. So that's some examples. I always put other people first. I know some people are like that. They say, "Oh, how come people always call me when they're in trouble? I am. They come to me, they ask me for rides, they come and cry, they tell me all their troubles. The And I always put other people first. So sometimes they feel, well, I'm proud that they come to me, but then you can complain, well, they always come to me, they always ask me for a ride, they take advantage of me. Well, maybe that's your life script. You always put other people first, and maybe you have to rethink your life script and maybe start saying no. Another one is, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Especially if you're a perfectionist, you'll think, I'm not good enough. Could this be you? You self sabotage, creating excuses for your anticipated failures. I'm not good enough. You avoid competitive situation, even playing board games or sports, because you fear coming last if you think I'm not good enough. Um, oh, Leticia says, if people always leave you, it may mean they're not your kind of people. Therefore, let them go. My positive thoughts. Okay, so that's another way to look at it. If people always leave you, so don't take it personally. Maybe there's something good about it. And actually, if you're growing in your life, if you're becoming more independent, autonomous, you're finding fulfillment, it may be that people will leave you, and that's okay. Um, but if you're in a life script with the emotions of sadness, it could be that people always leave me, and you want to prove that. You want to look for that. So it can be people leaving you can be seen in two ways: as a life script, as a negative life script, or maybe that because you're growing and people leave you, they're not following your growth, the new you. Joanne says, a fresh approach to move out of anxiety, stress, and survival mode into a life of connection and joy. This is the right up, the right way up. So moving out of anxiety and survival mode. Another life script, another example, I cannot do it on my own. So maybe it's always like that. You maybe you're kind of in a victim position, and you say, I cannot do it on my own. I need other people. I need the rest of the world to be around me and take care of me. Um, maybe you're thinking, I'm too weak. I'm not intelligent enough to perform my everyday duties without help. Often leads to dependency in relationship. So I cannot do it on my own. Cannot do it on my own. There was a letter missing here. Oops. Then bad things happen to me more than they do to other people. Is that your life script? Maybe you're looking more to try to prove that, and you're filtering and letting thought that bad things happen to me more than to other people. Or I deserve this. I deserve this. The belief that we are in some way superior to other people and we are therefore entitled to more. I deserve this. Okay. Uh, and I think it's I deserve this in the sense that I can have more. I can have more. Uh, and that will show in the way we interact with other people. Like, you owe me this. I need to have more. Maybe you feel that other people don't recognize your talents or abilities, or you suspect that others are holding you back. And you're thinking, I deserve this. And it affects the way you interact with other people. By the way, this is in an article called "The Meaning of Life Scripts," and I'll try to send it to you by email. It's an interesting article. Okay, now I want to go to types of scripts. That's I think it's Claude Steiner developed that um, that principle. There's three types of life script: loveless, mindless, or joyless life script. Where do you fit? A loveless life script is something that lacks intimacy. Is your life without intimacy, without other people loving you? Maybe you're receiving the injunctions, don't be close, don't trust. And the payoffs are depression and even suicide. That's that the ultimate loveless life script is I'll just kill myself. Um, and how can you get out of that? It's by deciding I will be close, I will trust, I will have the courage to uh, ask for strokes. I will have the courage to give strokes, the warm fuzzies to other and receive them instead of cutting off from those types of interactions. Or maybe you have a mindless life script, like maybe you were told, don't think, don't be you. And the payoffs is confusion or madness. And you always end up in an interaction with someone else and you end up in the end like confused or mad, angry. Uh, and that comes from it could be from a lack of awareness. I just don't pay attention. Uh, and that's a pattern in my life. And don't judge yourself if you're like that. All have a little bit of those. A joyless life script is lack of spontaneity, maybe from an injunction, don't feel, don't make it. And the payoffs are boredom or addiction. Interesting that a joyless life script leads to addiction. We would think addiction would bring joy. If you're addicted to a substance, it could be what alcohol, and Maybe you feel good with alcohol or smoking, and that cigarette feels good. There's joy, but no, addiction is the opposite. It's a joyless life script. What about my addiction is food? You could think, well, food is so good, like chocolate and chips and all that good stuff. You may think there's joy in that, but when you're in a joyless life script, these things are addiction, and they're just to make you feel okay, just normal. It's not joy. There's no joy in it anymore. It's just to find a kind of a normal. So that's another way to look at life script. Which type? Loveless, mindless, or joyless? And do I want to reclaim my life? Do I want to live? Do I want to, and let me come back here for a moment. Do I want to be able to swim and be happy, enjoy the swimming, enjoy life instead of being stuck in some of those scripts? Joanne says that, yeah, to help you to not feel when you're in an addiction, a joyless life script, the addiction, it helps you to not feel. Yeah, it numbs your emotion. Leticia, did I say that? Leticia says positive thoughts give strength within you. Things happen for a reason, so find the reason and stand tall to do it on your own. Wonderful. That's taking ownership. That's making a redecision in your life to redefine, rewrite your life script. And that's where I want to go now again to that image. You don't like your life story, change it. Throw the old story away, write a new story. I like this. By the way, it's by Peter Axtell. I want to give credit here. It's a, it's a very simple drawing, but powerful. You can rewrite your life story. That's the good news. That's the good news. Next week, by the way, that'll be the final um, session in this series, and we'll continue after that with mindfulness in general. But I want to look at what does a redecision look like in your life. Can you write a new life story? What does intimacy look like in a redecision? What does authenticity look like? What does awareness? All those good things. We'll look at that next week. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, now I want to finish this session today with a body scan. We haven't done that for a while. Let's do a body scan. Let's pay attention to our body from head to toe and be aware, be in the moment. Okay, so and I haven't used my bell again today. I used the mind bell from my phone, but let's use this bell. So I'll ask you to sit in a comfortable position. Make yourself comfortable. Sit in a dignified position, straight, not just slouch and uncomfortable, but in a good position that states that you're a dignified person. Okay, and we'll start. We start by paying attention to our breath. Breathing in and out. Remember, the out breath is simply a release from your chest, from all the energy, from your breathing muscles, you release. Listen to the sound of your out breath as you breathe out. And then notice the calm moment at the end of the out breath. Stay in that peaceful moment at the end of the out breath. Now start to notice your body from head to toe. Notice your forehead first. Is there any tension in your forehead? Is it tense or relaxed? With another breath, notice the tension around your eyes. You can squint your eyes for a moment and release. Notice the tension in your cheeks. Then you move down to your jaw. And to the back of your head. Just notice, is there a sensation? It's so subtle, but you can notice, pay attention to the back of your head. Then your neck. Then breathe as you notice your shoulders. Then your arms. Focus on your left arm first, your bicep, your forearm, then your fingers, each finger. With your mind, notice each finger one at a time, starting from the little finger up to your thumb. Then the palm of your hand. Then go to your right arm. Notice the sensation in your bicep, tricep, your upper arm. Then forearm. Then fingers, each finger one at a time. Then the palm of your hand. Then you scan to the front of your body, your chest and abdomen, relaxing any tension in the abdomen. A lot of our stress is in the abdomen. Then scan your back, upper back, middle back, lower back. What are the sensations in your back? You can even move, stretch your back in some way. Then notice the sensations in your hips. in your thighs, knees, lower legs, and feet. Now notice each toe, starting from your little toe of your left foot. And then with your mind, be aware of each toe, one after the other. In your left foot, then in your right foot. And however subtle the sensation is, even if it's hard to sense that there's something there, just pay attention. Put your mind to noticing the sensations in each toe. And then we scan back up from your toes to your feet, your legs, knees, thighs, as if your light is scanning your whole body from your feet to your head, then your abdomen, chest, shoulders, neck, face, and the top of your head. And we finish with one deep breath. Very good. How did that feel? How did that feel? How often do we do a body scan? We can do that even in our bed when we wake up in the morning. We can check how's our body from head to toe. Where's the tension? Where's the pain? Where's the good sensations? Okay, excellent. Thank you for being there again today. We did review all the aspects of the life scripts, and we did look at three types of life scripts: loveless, mindless, joyless. And we want to get out of those scripts. We want to rewrite our life scripts, and we'll look at that next week. So, like making redecision. If you've lived all your life, maybe in a loveless life script, and you want to change that, you want to connect with other people in a with good sensation, with good strokes, or maybe a mindless life script. We want to start to be aware, or joyless life script. We want to have joy, and we want to have happiness. We want to live life fully. So we'll look at that next week. Bernie says, very relaxing, new awareness of some tension. Yeah, that's part of awareness. Excellent. Have a good week, everybody. And we'll see you next week for the end of this series. And we'll have much, much more good stuff in the weeks following that. And Leticia says, thank you so much. And I thank